Yo, what's up YouTube? It is JxyGo Jalen here, JxyGo. And today we got for you another video, another philosophical J video. I'm gonna start saying that, but dang, got them gains though. Well, can't deny the gains, yes sir. But anyway, so this topic's gonna be, you know, the typical life literally sets you up to die. At the end of the day, it's set up for you to, you know, just do what the typical thing is to do, which is to be born, work, retire, die. Let's get into that video. Talking about life setting you up for death. So let's start with the first thing that you even start off with. So youth, you're just born, growing up, 2, 3, you're a toddler. You know, you don't know nothing. You trying to learn things, basic motor skills. You just learning just how to talk and everything. Then you go to elementary school, K through 5th grade, learning basic things like ABC, stuff like that, how to write, you know, count, math, science, whatever. Basic things you need to learn to be, you know, a regular human being or something like that, just anything. And then you go to middle school, more advanced elementary school, transition into high school, you know. Middle school, I mean, honestly, bro, it's I really don't know what middle school is about, to be honest. Like, you was just there. During these times were simple. Times were really simple. Like, you were relying on everybody else to do everything while you was just sitting back, being a kid, you know, just enjoying life, or, you know, what you thought was life at the time. So then we get into high school. This when stuff gets kind of serious. You start to, you know, you want to start thinking about your future, even though a lot of people still don't know what they want to do. Some people say they do, but then, you know, they end up changing it later. But that's besides the point. So high school, you worry about GPA, grades. You worry about schoolwork. You worry about, you know, getting a license, starting to drive. Some people get a part-time job. Once again, I said life decisions like college. You want to work? You want to go to the military? Hey, whatever you want to do. Just all that packed into high school. Basically, just simple. Everybody tells you go to college, go to the military, work. But most people will tell you to go to college, which, I mean, in my last video, you know how I feel about college, even though I'm in college. But anyways, going to the next part of your life, you're in college, or you're in the military, or you're working a 9 to 5. So you're in college, you're taking classes, you get the degree, hopefully you get the job for that degree. Same with military. You are the property of the U.S. The property of U.S. You use as a pawn for the country to use as leverage against other countries. That's basically what you are. Now, yes, you learn life skills in the military. I'm not going to discredit that, because you can actually learn a lot of stuff in the military. More so than college, actually, because it's more hands-on in the military than anything. But at the end of the day, you still may have to work a job once you retire from the military. And now working, just in general, you work the 9 to 5, which, I mean, it comes down to with anything. Go to college, go to work 9 to 5. Don't go to college, work 9 to 5. If you leave the military, you probably have to work 9 to 5. So just anything like that. Then you just get into later stages of your life. You get to your 30s, 40s, 50s. You work, and you realize that you work most of your life. You work 8 hours a day, 8 to 10, maybe 12 hours a day, depending on your job. And you barely have any free time for yourself, like, at all. It's the cycle of life, though. So you're born into this world, then you learn, get basic skills as a human being, graduate high school, you either go to college, military, or you just go and work. Or just become a deadbeat. It's up to you. Or, you know, just be a homeless person on the street, which, I mean, hey, that's tough. But yeah, you get a job, right? You work, then you realize, dang, this is all I do. You work for most of your life. That makes up the majority of your life. If you really think about it, you work most of the time of the week. Take this for instance, like, you work in a full-time job, 40 hours out of the week. That's a big chunk of your week. Now, it's not most of the week, but it's a huge chunk of you just working. You're working for money. Are you ever satisfied with that? You may enjoy life, you may not enjoy life. And that's just up to you and what you do. Now, some people get married and some people have kids. Not a lot of people get married. Well, it's a hit or miss. Some people get married, some people don't. Some people have kids within marriage or outside of marriage, even though most kids are born outside of marriage nowadays. So you get kids. So now your life is not yours anymore. It's the kids, which people don't understand. People have kids and then still want to live their life. Nah, bruh, it's over with. It's all up to the kid. And luckily for me, I haven't had a kid yet. Knock on wood. But hey, when you have kids and all that, you still working. Now you got to provide for yourself, your wife, and your kids if everything worked out right in your marriage. Now, if you didn't marry and you and your girl broke up or whatever, something went bad, you probably either paying child support. So you're trying to provide for yourself while trying to pay the child support and stuff like that, while still trying to be in the kid's life. If you are not a deadbeat and actually want to be in the kid's life. So then all that goes by, just all the events and stuff like that. You working, trying to enjoy life, which I mean you can't because you ain't got that much time. You may sometimes get some vacation hours, depending on the months and years of you working at the same job day in, day out. You may get some days of vacation, some time away from the job. Sometimes if you didn't enjoy life, sounds depressing, right? So then you get to the retirement age, which is 65, I assume, or around there anyways. You retire, you're done working, is what it should be like, or the typical thing to do. But a lot of people are working past their 60s, 70s, even working to their 80s. If you really look at how people aren't meant to work for this long, like, especially up in those ages, but they do, because they were either dealt a bad hand when they were young, or they didn't do what they needed to do when they was young. So life just becomes a blur. You think back, you just like, dang, I didn't do nothing. All I did was work and make money. I didn't really enjoy life. I was just on somebody else's time clock, stuff like that. So then leads to the end of your life. You die. So I say all this to say that the typical life is meant to kill you. The typical life is meant for you to not achieve what you want to achieve. It's meant to keep you unhappy. It's basically meant for the government to, control what you do. Like, literally, the retirement age is 65 typically. And bruh, people working in their 50s and 60s, it's kind of like, dang, people really still gotta work in their 50s and 60s. Like, I'm trying not to be that way, so that's why I'm trying to do the things I need to do so I don't have to do it. But most people end up working in their 60s and stuff like that, and they just broken down. Once you retire, bro, you just broken down from all the stuff you had to do in life. Depending on the job you had to do, regardless, you waste years working. Like, you don't do anything for yourself. And I mean, it's crazy. Like, this is just the cycle of life. The cycle of life is meant to kill you. The typical cycle of life. Now, knowing all this now, what would you do? What do you change? What are you going to do? Because rich people, or people that are wealthy, don't really live the typical lifestyle. Some people retire at a young age. That's the exception of the rule, which is not the majority. So most people are unhappy with their lives. So with that being said, what are you going to do? So what am I going to do? I'm going to try to do the best that I can do so that I cannot be working for the rest of my life. Because working for the rest of your life is really not a satisfying lifestyle from what I've seen from everybody. Nobody's happy, bruh. Nobody. Get out the system. You have to be the exception of the rule. You have to make your own. You can't be on somebody else's time clock. Make your own. Live your life. Have fun. All that in moderation. Be smart, though. Be smart. Build yourself up and stuff like that. But I'm saying all this, man. I'm 21. Yeah, listen to a 21-year-old. I don't know nothing. I'm just starting my life. But hey, I feel like I'm ahead of a lot of my generation in terms of mindset. So, hey, this has been Philosophical J. So if you liked the video, please leave a like below. And why not subscribe while you're at it? Because, we trying to get up. We trying to stay consistent on here. And, leave a comment because, I got a lot of ideas, but you know, just give me your input on what I've been saying in these past videos. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Yeah.